Grazie mille. Adesso, grazie. È il grande momento, è veramente di grande. No, non ancora, tra poco, ma a brevissimo si affaccerà il Santo Padre per recitare l'Angelus. Ma non lo sai da dove? Vediamo un po', secondo prima della...
Laudetur Jesus Christus, praised be Jesus Christ. And I'd like to welcome all of you to this live event. It's a beautiful Sunday in St. Peter's Square here. It's the fourth Sunday of Ordinary Time, and now we join all of our brothers and sisters here in the square, awaiting the arrival of Pope Francis at the window of the Apostolic Palace. And we'll be able to hear some of his reflections on this fourth Sunday of Ordinary Time, and we'll recite the Angelus with him. A warm welcome to all of you. We know many of you join us through the Vatican Media channels, the Vatican News web portal, our live events app, the Radio Vaticana app, Vatican News English YouTube channel, or our Facebook live feed. And we have many of you joining us through media partners, especially through Catholic TV, Catholic Faith Network, Shalom World Television Networks, USA, Salt and Light Media, EWTN, Shalom TV India, and Madarshan TV. Others of you tuning in through radio. Welcome to all of you who may be tuning in through Radio Maria in England, or Luminous Radio. We know many others picking us up through our shortwave transmission, and other local diocesan or other radio stations picking up the broadcast, and many others picking us up through other digital platforms. A warm welcome to all of you, however you're connecting at whatever time of the day, evening, afternoon, or night. There's a lot of activity taking place here in the square. What we're seeing is a crowd of young people from the Diocese of Rome taking part in the Caravan of Peace. They're members of Catholic Action. And we know Pope Francis is preparing for his 40th apostolic journey. He departs on Tuesday, and there's a little preview of his trip. Cardinal Secretary of State Parolin let us know that it's primarily a pilgrimage of peace. He wants to draw near to the peoples of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and South Sudan. He was unable to go last early July because of knee problems, but he's sufficiently healed and will be able to undertake that journey now. So we, of course, will be following him on his journey, and we invite you also to participate, especially through prayer, that his message of peace and reconciliation will be accepted in South Sudan. He'll also be accompanied by the Archbishop of Canterbury and the head of the Presbyterian Church in Scotland. And as we hear, our Holy Father has now come to the window, and we await his words today.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno.
Dear brothers and sisters, buongiorno, good day. In today's liturgy, the Beatitudes according to the Gospel of Matthew are proclaimed. The first is fundamental and says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Who are the poor in spirit? They are the ones who know they cannot rely on themselves, that they are not self-sufficient, and they live as beggars before God. They feel their need for Him and recognize every good that comes from Him as a gift, as a grace. Those who are poor in spirit treasure what they receive, because they desire that no gift should go to waste. Today, I would like to pause on this typical aspect of the poor in spirit, not to waste. The poor in spirit try not to waste anything. Jesus shows us the importance of not wasting. For example, after the multiplication of the loaves and the fish, when he asks that the leftover food be gathered so that nothing would be wasted. Not wasting allows us to appreciate the value of ourselves, of people, and of things. Unfortunately, however, there is a principle that is often disregarded, above all in more affluent societies, where the throwaway culture is predominant. Both of these are bestial. So I'd like to propose to you 3 challenges against the throwaway mentality. The first challenge, not to waste the gift that we are. Each one of us is a good, independent of the gifts we have. Every woman, every man is rich, not only in talents, but in dignity. He or she is loved by God, is valuable. Jesus reminds us that we are blessed not for what we have, but for who we are. When a person lets go and throws him or herself away, wasting himself or herself, they struggle with God's help against the temptations of believing themselves inadequate or wrong, or to feel sorry for themselves. Then the second challenge, not to waste the gifts we have. First, it was not to waste ourselves. The second is not to waste the gifts we have. It's a fact that about 1/3 of total food production goes to waste in the world each year, while so many die of hunger. Nature's resources cannot be used this way. Gifts should be taken care of and shared in such a way that no one lack what is necessary. Rather than waste what we have, let us disseminate an ecology of justice and charity. And lastly, the third challenge, not to waste people. Not throw away ourselves, not waste what we have, and not to waste other people. The throwaway culture says, I use you inasmuch as I need you. When I'm not interested in you anymore or you're in my way, I throw you out. It is especially the weakest who are treated this way. Unborn children, the elderly, the needy, and the disadvantaged. But people are never to be thrown out. The disadvantaged cannot be thrown out. Every person is a sacred and unique gift, no matter what their age or condition. Let us always respect and promote life. Let's not waste life. Dear brothers and sisters, let us ask ourselves a question above all. Each one of us, how do I live poverty of spirit? Do I know how to make room for God? Do I believe that He is my good, my true and great wealth? Do I believe that He loves me, or do I throw myself away in sadness, forgetting that I am a gift? And then, am I careful not to waste? Am I responsible about how I use things in the use of goods? Am I willing to share things with others? Or am I selfish? Lastly, do I consider the weakest as precious gifts, whom God asks me to care for? Do I remember the poor, those who are deprived of what is necessary? May Mary, the woman of the Beatitudes, help us witness the joy that life is a gift, and the beauty of making a gift of ourselves.
Spiritu Santo.
Ave Maria, grazia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, grazia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Et verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, grazia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis, Santa Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni efficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Grazie a Tua, in cui sumus Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, ut angelo annunziante, Christi Fili Tui, incarnazione coniovimus, per passione meius et crucem, a resurrezione gloriam perducamur. Per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Et lux perpetua luce Deis.
Requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum.
Aiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
Qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
Amen.
Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear brothers and sisters, with great sorrow I have heard the news that it's come from the Holy Land, particularly about the death of 10 Palestinians during military exercises, and about what happened near Jerusalem Friday evening when a Palestinian killed those who were exiting the synagogue. The spiral of death that grows day by day does nothing other than take away the hope of reconciliation between the two peoples. And he's referring to another. I appeal to both governments and to the international community so that without haste, other ways might be taken to dialogue, sincere dialogue for peace. Let's pray for this, brothers and sisters. I renew my appeal for the humanitarian situation in the Lakin corridor in the South Caucasus. I'm near all of those who, in the height of winter, have to affront, and I ask that every way might be taken at the international level to alleviate the situation of these people. Today is the 70th World Leprosy Day. Unfortunately, the amount, this illness continues to affect many people throughout the world. I express my closeness to those who suffer from it, and I encourage their full integration of these brothers and sisters. I extend my greeting to all of you who have come from Italy and from other countries. I greet the group of quinceañeras from Panama, the students from somewhere in Spain. I greet the pilgrim. He's greeting other groups from Italy. And now, with great affection, I greet the boys and girls from Catholic Action from the Diocese of Rome. You've come in the Caravan of Peace. I thank you for this initiative, which is so precious this year, because thinking of the war-torn Ukraine, our prayer and our commitment for peace must be even more strong. Let's think of Ukraine, and let's pray for the Ukrainian people who are so battered. Let's hear the message that these friends next to me will read. Dear Pope Francis, finally we've returned with our numerous Caravan of Peace. We've missed coming to you all together and crying out loud our desire for peace. This year, our desire for peace is even more strong. The war in Ukraine is making us very sad. We really feel this war because it's so close to us. But in reality, there are so many other wars that are far away that aren't spoken about. Our hope today is that our cry for peace might reach everyone. Dear Pope, we want to say what it means, what peace means to us. It's love, it's family, it's friendship, it's harmony. Peace is where there's a beautiful atmosphere, where everyone take part in the same team and there's true respect. In fact, this year, we're speaking about teamwork, and we've understood that we can't do anything alone and that we need to be friends with our companions and our trainers, even with our adversaries. And we're learning that in a team, there can't be quarrels, but there needs to be the desire to play a game well together. And so we want to give a hand. Our teachers have taught us to become friends with those near and those far through the... She's explaining a project and another one through the Caritas Catholic Charities of Rome, and every parish has brought an offer so that every child might be, they've all donated a ball so that children can play together. Thank you, Pope Francis, for everything, your commitment every day to bring peace throughout the world. You're like a trainer, a peace trainer, and we all want to go out on the field with you. We love you, Pope Francis, the boys and girls of Catholic Action of Rome. What a beautiful letter, heartfelt. And we see the kids down below. Dear brothers and sisters, the day after tomorrow I'll depart on an apostolic journey to the Democratic Republic of the Congo and to the Republic of South Sudan. I thank the civil authorities and the local bishops for their invitations and for the preparations they have made for these visits, and I greet with affection those beloved peoples who await me. For the Democratic Republic of Congo, especially in the east of the country, suffers from armed clashes and exploitation, while South Sudan, racked by years of war, can't wait for an end to the constant violence that forces many people to be displaced and to live in conditions of great hardship. In South Sudan, I will arrive together with the Archbishop of Canterbury and the moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. Together, as brothers, we will live this ecumenical pilgrimage of peace. I ask every one of you to accompany this journey with your prayers, and I wish all of you a good Sunday, and please don't forget to pray for me. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll see each other again. And he's asking the boy and girl next to him to greet everyone down below. And this now brings an end to the live broadcast of the recitation of the noonday Angelus with Pope Francis here in St. Peter's Square on the fourth Sunday of Ordinary Time. Please visit the Vatican News web portal, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube accounts for coverage of today's Angelus and other Vatican and world news. We'll be back live on Tuesday around 5:20 p.m. Rome time for Pope Francis' first public event on his 40th apostolic journey to the Democratic Republic of the Congo and South Sudan. On behalf of Vatican Media, I'd like to thank all of the in-studio technicians. We have Bruno Orti, and Don Felipe Herrera, who made this broadcast possible, and all of you who have joined us through Catholic TV, Catholic Faith Network, Shalom World Television Networks USA, Salt and Light Media, EWTN, Shalom TV India, and at Darshan TV, Radio Maria in England, and Luminous Radio. I invite you all, as the Holy Father did, to have a most blessed Sunday. Don't forget to pray for Pope Francis on his next apostolic journey. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ.